This is your daily market recap for Tuesday, August 30th, 2022. Let's go.
Hey everyone, this is my channel to help investors and traders develop a probability-based mindset to succeed. Also try and keep friends informed of what's going on in the markets and the economy, and also a little real estate content as well.
I'm Max at EXPI Realty, aka the Trading Agent, and this is your daily market recap for Tuesday, August 30th, 2022. Glad you could be here. If you're newer to the channel, please check out the Discord room. Link in the description below. We're talking all things trading all the time. This channel is built for traders who have knowledge about trading but need to perfect their edge. They're having difficulties being consistent. They know how to trade, but there's things that they're doing wrong. The goal here is to grow as a channel. And again, keep in mind, I will not be public forever. My goal is not to be public forever. It's just to kind of help people build the edge and then what? Move forward. That's the goal. Again, you don't need me. I'm teaching you how to fish. You don't need me eventually. So on that note, let's get into it. My thoughts on the market. Again, I'm not going to, let me get off of CCJ. That's a bad one to be on because honestly, it's not really that important to me at the moment. Let me move some screens around so I can watch the chat, see things, see what's going on. Tax cert. Oh, I'm getting emails. Yeah, let me, again, this is the problem when I got too many monitors. All right, let's just start on the SPY real quick. What did we say? I set my alarm for the 395.04, I guess. I still think it's going lower. Remember, this is a doji sandwich. Everyone's going to be yelling what? Head and shoulders bottom at some point. We're going to get there. I just don't know if it's today. Do we have to pop? Because you have to think of from the circumstances of even in a bull market, you have pullbacks. In a bear market, you have rallies back. Now, the VIX and the 26s is not that scary to me. That doesn't say impending doom. Okay? So, just be smart. I mean, it could be volatile. End of the month, new money coming in. Tomorrow, if you go look at the Stock Traders Almanac, it's seasonally bullish. How bullish? Could it just be another doji? I don't know. I'm telling you guys, I've said this over and over. You got to be careful. Wave 1, wave 2, wave 3. And now remember, I hate wave theory, but I like just the structure of understanding sentiment, retail mentality. This one, it's just a pullback. It's just a correction. Now it might turn into bear market, and if it does, the market's going to puke at some point. People are like, how do you know when the bottom is? When everyone gives up. All right. Let me do what I traditionally do. Where is it? Let me bring some trading view into action. Oil. You're welcome. If you took that trade, great trade, by the way. Awesome sauce, right? Wouldn't we agree that was good? Gouda, like the cheese. Got it. At this point, what do we talk about? Oil, nothing's safe. And now people are like, oh, CCJ is safe. It's like, we'll look at CF later. We'll look at gold, silver. Again, I don't know if CCJ collapses today. I'm not really betting on that. I took a trade, stopped out. But what I'm saying is that when markets liquidate, nothing's safe. They throw the baby out with the bathwater. That saying is so old in trading, but it's true. It just is. Nothing's safe because do you know why? You have to think about what? All of the players out there who have to liquidate, margin calls. Good things get sold too. It's not just that nothing, you know what I mean? Like it's everything gets sold. That's why it's called blood on the streets, panic. Everybody's freaking out. And that's what you got to love and be patient for. Because at the lows, nobody wants this. Bitcoin, little concerned, are we not? I mean, we're breaking the channel. I mean, I know it's slow, but it doesn't look bullish. I mean, I've said for a while, like you needed to get out of this channel and go higher, and you just couldn't. And unfortunately, I have a lot of friends that are bullish this stuff, and I'm like, you got to be careful, man, because it's like, it's no different. The more mainstream Bitcoin gets, the more likely it will get liquidated. That's just the sad reality. All right? I don't know what to tell folks. I just don't know what to tell folks who are bullish this stuff. The dollar. Everybody thinks the dollar is going lower, and I love it because it just keeps holding up. If you're familiar with our thesis, it's the dollar doesn't end on a smash. It ends on a rip-roaring rocket higher to the moon. That's how it ends up. And look at the monthly. You're breaking out of major monthly support all the way back to the 2007. I know UUP isn't that old, or is not the DXY. But what do we know? Dollar's going higher. Like, you have to think about it. Like, when everything goes to junk, people are going to demand dollars. They want yuan, they want peso, do they want euro, do they want anything? No, they're going to want dollars. And until that changes, please don't bet against it. TLT, I've said this is kind of de facto oil short. It's holding up. Now we were like, oh, lower rates good for the market. Well, good and bad at times. Sometimes when the rates, and again, let's go look at the monthly. When the rates start going screaming lower, like in 2008, that's because it was fear. That's a fear-driven. That's a fear-driven buy. Again, I always tell people, markets like stable rates. They like low rates, but they don't like rate volatility. Because then it spooks the market. Everyone's like, what is going on? What is going on? All right. Hopefully you know what's going on here with the bond market. Again, I think bonds will get bought. But remember, we talked about the pattern seasonality-wise. It chopped before 2008. I mean, here, I'll go back to the monthly real quick. Like, look at this box. This was the choppiness of the bond market in 2008. Here's the choppiness of the bond market now. I don't know. Maybe bonds get blown out because that starts the next market drop. I don't know. You got to play the probabilities. I mean, I like bonds. I think they're safer than stocks near term. People are like, that's crazy, man. Well, I don't know about that. The VIX, what did we say? Every bottom has a what? A reverberation. Here's our pop and our pullback, right? Here's your pop and your pullback in April, right? Here is your pop and your pullback in January, right? Well, now what? I want slow VIX action because then I can really leverage a trend. I don't want the straight line move up to the 30s. Because the straight line move obviously is great for getting paid quickly, but I want to milk this out. I want this kind of stuff like in February. I want to milk this trend for all it's worth. Because if it goes in a straight line, I can't trade around my position, right? Like we want to see pops to take shorts. Make sense? Comprende? So, but people are like, it's not bearish. It's like, look at the VIX and why are we short tech? Because guess what? Tech has broken the downtrend. It's pretty simple. Pretty simple. Got it? Clear? SPY. Now we're going into tomorrow. Again, end of the month. First and last 3 days of the month. If somebody will drop the video into the chat link about it, that'd be cool. Because again, it's about money moving around. And if you don't know why, I'll just do a quick synopsis. Think about the end of the month. People are squaring out their positions. They want to look great for your statements that are coming in the mail, right? They want everybody to have great, amazing statements. And when I say that, like statements, like think about it. You're going to get something in the mail. Your portfolio institutional owners are going to want to do what? Want to look like they own the owners or the winners, and they're going to want to sell the losers because that's what they do. They don't really know what's going on. They just chase the market. And some of these people go, oh, no, my financial advisor is great. Okay, well, most of the time it's not. It's never about actually executing. You know how they say you can't time the market? Well, that's why they always say that, because then they can get off with this whole like fugazi game where it's like, we can't charge or we can't predict the market, but we'll take 2% and 20. Take your fees. You could have bought any. You could have done a better job yourself. So you have that, and then also you have position squaring. So they sell losers, they buy winners, and then in the start of the month, what typically happens? New fund flows, right? From your IRAs, from your 401ks, people put money to work. So it's like it's a typical recurring pattern. So there will be a bounce. It's just sometimes if there is no bounce, that is really bearish because that means somebody is unloading big enough on top of new money coming in. But typically again, you wouldn't want to do that to yourself, but unless you really think something bad's going to happen. So maybe it's tomorrow. Maybe this is the down candle. I think you're going to probably hit our targets tomorrow, but even if not, please raise some cash. I raised some cash today. I think all these things are going to go to these targets at some point. I just don't know if it's going to be tomorrow. I don't know if it's going to be Thursday or Friday. Again, we had the jobs numbers coming out. So you have to play the game through probabilities. If you're playing options, please take profits. Please. You can't just sit here and hold them endlessly unless you have deep in the money, because most people don't. They try to get cheap on options. And I hate people who trade cheap on options, especially when you're trying to give yourself time, because a trend takes time. You're not going to make it all in one day. You hope so, but you don't. And you don't get mad about it. So now with the SPY again, I think you're going to get down to this 394, 395 level. It's support resistance, but we're in the box, so it means you're getting there. What did we talk about? I don't know why I haven't. We said, how do you know when the market's going to start to confirm the bearishness? Well, look at this. Selling on the backside, VPA, real simple, right? What do we talk about on the monthly? You hit the point of the control. Sorry, let me zoom it in. Open it up. You hit up here, you got over 423, you even got to 430 too, and then fail. Look at this monthly candle. You got big red, big green. Again, under the 20 month, scary. Scary. Because let me show you the QQQ monthly. This is what it gets scary and scary. I've said for what? Since literally August. Like I thought we were blown off topping. Look at that, a doji. A doji at the highs. No, not surprised. The Qs have not sustained under the 20 month until when? Now. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. It's a bear market. It's just a matter of when. And again, people love to like, I'm just going to DCA and hold for the long run. And it's like, you're at the top of the mountain, lad. You sure you want to do that? You know? You might fall and you might get hurt. So, I mean, it is just is what it is. People have these trading thoughts that they somehow know what's going to happen. But it's like, it's just irrational. It's keep in mind, if your news source is feeding you how to invest, you're taking money, you're taking your investing ideas from the bookie. It's like going up to the pit boss at the crap table. What should I do, boss? And he's like, yeah, you should play that. Oh, and you should definitely play it. And you should do that. Yeah. No. You're basically being fed to the wolves and you don't know it. But that's what people do. They don't know it, so they don't. Whatever. This whole topic just gets so hairy. All right, QQQ. We hit my alarm. I still think at some point we're going to hit this like trend line here. Do y'all see it? Can we short arm it? Maybe. Eventually we'll hit it. Then I think we get a bounce. But it could be a day or two. But keep in mind, like the whack-a-mole game, that some things will go up, some things will go down. It's just going to be one of those things. New money coming in. There's probably some sellers. So if you're watching the Qs, I mean, close enough for government work if you want to take some profit. Because if you short it up here and you're loving it, like da-da-da-da-da, like you're loving it like that, then yeah, you probably need to take a little off. Just for sanity. Because again, I mean, we're sitting here playing blackjack. We're on a hot streak, and you just want to keep leveraging up and betting more. I want to put some in my pocket. I'm trying to make a living here. We run this like a business. We're not ridiculous gamblers. IWM, we said it leads the way. Look where it's at. Getting close enough for government work to the what? Our little target down here. What was the low of the day? 183.53. I mean, I guess that's close enough. Again, could the market rally tomorrow? Yeah. I took some profits today. I mean, I hit some things, and I just said, you know what? I'm going to take some profits. My October puts, don't care to take anything on. All the shorter dated stuff, some of these like leveraged stocks, yeah, took a little off. I mean, you have to manage it yourself. I am not an advisor. You're not paying me to advise you, and I never will. I want you to do it on your own. So we're at positions where it probably should bounce. Keep it simple, silly, stupid, right? The KISS method. Gold. I don't even want to talk about this stuff. I mean, again, every day I get told I didn't pick the bottom. I'm like, I put the arrow there for a reason. I thought we were going to bounce. Well, check out the point. Check out the monthly. I told you guys. It's a big cup and handle. 0.382 is what? Usually the max pain for a handle. 0.382. Hello, Moto. Now, but what do we talk about with gold? It's the retest king and queen. Do you think it's not going to retest? Remember, if the market maker is a volume seeking liquidity mechanism, what volume did they accumulate at the lows? Do you see anything? Because let me get out the magnifying glass. Oh, that looks like volume if you compare it against nothing recently. Exactly. But then you zoom out and you're like, whoa, look at that. They sold at the highs. Now they probably want to release that same kind of liquidity. They're going to get everybody who's paving the ways to get early and getting into it early to puke at the lows. That's what they always do. Have you not been there? I have. Thought about something like, oh, I'm going to be smart and get in early. I got blown out, and then it went. That happens to everybody. Same thing with silver. Oh, Dan, you're early. No, buy physical. Got no problem with that. But again, nothing's safe. Nothing's safe. Here we're right back at the lows. Oh, you were wrong on silver. I was like, I wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole. Wouldn't let my enemies invest in it. Like, that's how bad I thought it was. Not trying to be mean, but that's just what it is. Gold bugs, they just don't want to hear it. GDX. Oh, I had to buy the miners. Making new lows. Goodbye. GDXJ. Oh, when's a good time to buy it? When everybody gives up. Now, I mean, again, I like to see the volume down here, but it's not like capitulation volume, but it does seem interesting. But if the market's going to liquidate, why would the miners be immune? Again, you're fighting the tide. AG. Someone told me weeks ago, you better hold and buy. This is going back to 20. See you at 6 or 7, Captain. Again, AEM. We do like this one as of right now because what? It's showing volume at the lows, right? We talk about it. Like somebody has stopping power. It's not you, me, and everybody in this room who can stop the market from dropping. No, it's somebody with deep pockets. So wait, set your alarms. It'll probably retest. And again, even if it doesn't, maybe it fills the gap at 39. I don't know. Here again becomes the easiest answer. When is it time to buy? When the market pukes. I'm telling you, that's just the easiest time. And if you fight that, well, then you just got to learn it. I mean, again, people are like, oh, you're late. I'm like, whatever, man. You got to figure out your own lessons. You can either trust me, and I might be wrong, or you just get in early and you miss out on all these other great shorts and all this other great trading we're doing. I mean, it's really that simple. Yeah, pass. I told you guys, pass on it. And everyone's like, oh, you got to buy it. Look at that VPA. I'm like, that's not confirmed yet. Then you had an inside day, and I was like, well, look at the miners as a whole. Remember we talked about study the indexes of study the ETFs of the holdings that mirror these charts. And if the GDX is going down, is PAAS really going to fight it that hard? I don't think so. Newmont, I told y'all, leave this one alone. The big dogs got to buy up. They're going to have to like devalue their stock and probably blow out like issue shares. Leave these alone. Newmont, no sir. Letter X. Yesterday somebody asked, oh, is it going back to highs? Well, that answered pretty quickly. Wrong. Big red chewing gum. Got eaten up. And again, I'm not, people are like, oh, you're snarky and you're arrogant. I love seeing that. I'm like, well, imagine if you guys are the children who don't know your lessons, and I'm the parent who's watched this, and the people that I've mentored and mentored me are all looking and laughing at everybody losing, and we're just trying to win, and you're telling me, well, let's fight the probabilities. I don't ever fight the probabilities. I hope y'all see that. I don't fight them. If the 50-50, I don't play it. If it's 70-30, I'll think about it. If it's 90-10, then I'm going to do it. But if it's 50-50 and you want to like get rich doing the one-off event, then you're trying to like play the lottery. Then go buy lottery tickets. I don't know. Go to a casino. I mean, your odds are similar. But you're going to treat your retirement and your big capital? No way. So it hits the 200-day, boom. Now again, check the PE. Is it 1? Is it under 2 still? Probably. Nucor said the same thing. I mean, nothing's safe, guys. Nothing safe. You made a retest of the highs. Look at that red little gap. Goodbye. Oh, but you gotta buy it. No, you don't. VALE said many times. Oh, Dan, you missed the bottom. No, not interested. Let it at least fill the gap. Let's shop at the gap, right? CCJ. All right, uranium pokes. They just love poking me. And I know what? I don't care. Because again, I just don't. I think you have to realize like volume is there, confirmed. But who's buying the headlines? Like I don't like watching CNBC and my favorite stocks being talked about. I don't want anyone talking about it. Just like if you ever own gold and silver, by the time they start pumping it, run away. Here you go. You're up at some of these trend lines. Now again, I'm not shorting it here. I took a short, got stopped out, lost like 30 cents. Ooh, what you do? Not a big deal. If it goes higher, great. I just don't want to fight the odds. You guys want your AMC and your GameStops and your one-off penny stocks. I am always more worried about losing because it could look just like any of these other names. Arrow. I mean, it drops. Here you go. Boom. It drops 5%. Like I'm not trying to be a bull in a bear market. There's just so many better things to do. And if it works out for you, great. I'm not a hater. It's just I don't want to be a bull in a bear market. That just seems silly. Seems so darn silly. Why would you do all that? I don't know. People just like to gamble, right? That's what they do. So at this point, same thing with Arrow. Like, I'm sorry, I'm just like looking at stuff. I'm like, oh, I see something here. I think it's going to come back. I mean, here's the stopping power. Y'all see it down here. Look at the volume and it popped back. I'm just sorry. It's a bear market. You're going to really fight to win in a bear market when the market's going lower to winning names. Hey, if you're in the room and you shorted CF, give me a shout out. If you want to put a super chat, even cooler. We talked about 3-gap trap, doji, professional gap, boom. I didn't take it, but I was excited for somebody who did because I'm like, man, this thing is strong. Like, we'll be looking for it at some point back down here in the 80s. But man, we talk about blow off tops. If you're not learning anything in this channel, I don't know how you can. Like, you must be really trying to ingrain in your old ways. It's like you want to do the same things that didn't work. go ahead. I guarantee we know the results. You're going to lose. 1 gap, 2 gap, 3 gap trap, excitement, blow off straight line, doji indecision, professional gap. I mean, you literally could do a video on just how technically easy this chart was. And you're like, oh, you didn't short. I'm like, I forgot about it. And also didn't get near the high. But I'm also in other stuff. But it's, I mean, I love that. Love that. Like, I get excited to see people show me winners. I tell them, like, if I take one of your trades, you're in the Discord room and you're in part of the family, I always tip the dealer because I appreciate it because you did the work for me. Somebody made me realize, like, ooh, that looks juicy, juicy J. Mosaic. I mean, again, we talk about others confirming it. Bye-bye. Probably going to see somewhere in the 40s. Let me pull an NTR because there's another one in this sector. Look at this chart. Hits the support resistance. Bang. CF. Now again, don't get excited that every day is going to be big red. Big bloody red. But just be aware, like, you got a winner. You got a winner. Let's talk about tech because, I mean, I until I get no more text that, hey, tech's going higher, I don't want to buy chips, dips, whatever. Chips and dips. People want to buy chips and dips. The irony there. Then we know we're not at the bottom. But we are into the support zone. Nice little wick today. If you took some profits, cool. Because remember, we talked about it, the Goldman Sachs Buddy Pass. Update or upgrade it so that all their friends can sell to their clients. How nice is that? Hey, Goldman told me to buy AMD. Oh, I work for JP Morgan. I work for Morgan Stanley. Oh, we got to unload. Hey, thanks, Goldman. See you at the bar, bud. Thanks, your clients bought all of our shares. Well, why don't you upgrade it for us later? Great, we'll do that. Thanks. Unreal. No fiduciary responsibility. And now you're back near the lows. Everyone's going to say, head and shoulders, here's the shoulder. Well, yeah. Let everybody pretend it is because it's a bear market. Let it bounce. Reload the short. And again, if you are long-term shorting, I take a week or two off. Put yourself in a position where you take some cash and then you can roll back in. I don't think you have to overtrade it, but I also wouldn't be like scared. You expect the bounce. Like, this is what's great. You're starting to realize I expect bounces. I don't expect straight line moves every day. SMH. Look at that. Broke below 218, got down below it. Again, maybe it needs to fill the gap. It got close enough to my old trend line. 3 days of red, probably due for a greener. And that's what'll be funny is that all of a sudden you'll have one green day, and then you'll get 1,000 people and all the algorithms and the bots cheering on people to buy, and then it's like later. Again, if you don't realize, like I had somebody asking me, a nice guy at the gym that I play basketball, respect the dude a lot, very cool. He's like, I'm buying Intel for the long run, and I'm like, you couldn't. I didn't mean to be aggressive with them. I'm like, dude, no way, you're buying Intel. Goodbye, and not goodbye. I mean, they all become a commodity. I tell people, I'm like, chips, they all get slaughtered in the end. They just always do because, again, if inputs are rising, they have no pricing power because Intel is making great chips, Nvidia is making great chips, everybody's making great Tostitos. Now they become a commodity. Margin pressures, undercutting each other, taking losses, selling, pressure, endless. It's like the housing market when they overbuilt. Too many houses. Oops, now there's no, now the buyers slow down. Not good, folks. So, whatever. We'll leave it at that. The fruit. Apple. Apple of my eye. Yesterday. Oh, we got to buy it. All right, good luck. Meh. You got close enough to the gap. Did it fill it? Again, close enough for government work. I always tell people, do not bring a ruler to trading, please. You engineers out there. Oh, didn't hit my price. I didn't take any. It's like, your price. The market gave you a price that was close enough, but you didn't want to take it. Engineers are the worst traders because they can't wrap their head around what? Perfection. It has to be perfect. Now what? Expect the bounce, maybe. Goes lower. You're at this point where now it's 50-50. Do y'all see that? Where if you took some profits, you left some on, you left your core, it's 50-50. If it goes lower, great. All or nothing trading is gambling. You are now playing market maker, and when we're trying to follow them. But we also know what? It's a bear market. It'll go lower in time. Remember, we got in great at the highs. A lot of y'all did. High five. Super chat for that one, because that's worth $1. But no, point being, ultimately, like, if you're looking at this, it's the next wave down, right? Good luck if you think you're going to be able to predict all the choppiness of it. But also, too, the more you're up, the less you own. I mean, I don't know. I get distracted sometimes looking at things, but I'm like just listening to people telling me how to trade. I'm like, I just know you lose based on what you tell me. Tesla. Oh, it's so bullish, Dan. No. I'm holding this forever. Double top. 200-day. Remember who was here on Friday? Excellent short. Excellent. I love talking about Tesla. I'll do the rant I always do. For years, it was uninvestable. They don't make money. They live off of credits. Elon's an idiot. The one candle that changed it all. This big green one. Now retail's all in forever because they saw this one candle, and now Elon's selling and everyone else is, and retail's going to hold the bag. Dan, you don't know what you're talking about. Stock is great for the long term. Okay, well, there's been many of the Teslas in the past. In the sense of winners. Now, again, maybe it wins the next cycle too, but I guarantee it's going to take a big dump. It's going to get smoked at some point. Whatever. Microsoft, Mr. Softy, hit our projected price zone in the 260s. I took some profit on it. I mean, that's a nice move, guys. 294 down to 260. Again, no super chats for me because I'm giving bad advice. I get it. No, I'm just kidding. I just laugh. People are just like, oh, you should go. I made my 5 points on Microsoft. I was you at one point. I would identify. Dan, all right, Dan, hunt this top. 200-day? Good, get into it. Drops 5 points? Cool. Now it'll retest, maybe. And it drops 30 points, and I'm sitting here going, I had bags of money coming, and I literally threw them away because I was too quick to take profits. Happens a lot. Happens a lot, folks. Expect to bounce probably 270, right? This is the one I took the most amount of profits on because I had Septembers. I had a lot of Septembers as well. Because I got in here and I didn't get stopped. I broke my own rules. I'm not perfect. But I also knew I had September and it was August. We know seasonality. Again, I had a fixed amount. So people always know, like, there's a reason why when I buy certain amounts, I don't buy tons of them. Like, if I lose 10 grand in options, it happens. You cannot expect to be perfect. Luckily, it popped up, and I said, all right, I'm just going to give it the 200-day. And God willing, I didn't get over it, as you can see. Then I doubled down. So that's where it's like, you know what? I've got more Microsoft puts than I know what to do. I probably need to get rid of all my Septembers. Again, I took some Septembers off, and when it bounced, I bought Octobers and Novembers. Now I'm just left with Octobers. I turned a loser into a winner. I didn't puke up. But I also had confidence. Now, again, I could have been wrong. But I knew my loss. Like, that's why I hate when people go huge on options. Oh, 5 or 10 options isn't good enough. I get it. So they go in hundreds, and when they're wrong, total losses. Total L bombs. Google. Waiting for my favorite Google troll to tell me when she's given up. She goes, oh, it's going to 140, Dan. Okie dokie. See you back in the hundos at some point. Her stop's at 99.99, and I was like, that's funny because I guarantee it'll get hit. Why? It's a bear market. Duh. Amazon hit the 200-day. Nice short. Again, if you're looking at tech, you expect there's a possible bounce. It's just, if you could time travel, you know you're going to win. Because the trend is our friend, right? If this is wave 3 down, the big kahuna wave, oh, you're going to win. But if you try to predict every move intraday, every 6.5 hour day coming up and all the moves of it, good luck with that. I don't have time for that. Honestly, I don't want to. I'm trying to show you how to be free. Freedom! That's the goal here. Roadblocks, things, we talked about the bottom here. Volume. Rally back up, hit our target zone, backing off. Things you don't see if the market's bullish. What? This pulling back. Meta. Oh, we are cooking. 155 zone. You hit it today. Bounced. Cool. This is one I would put on your bucket list. I'm actually going to add it to my trading platform. Back, I've got Meta on there. Let's tee up some putties. Where is good old Meta? Because everyone keeps talking about, oh, it's a value stock. Get out of here. My value stock. The October 160s. Actually, let's go 165s. I want to add that to my watch list. You see a pop, pray it gets as high. I mean, again, this is what you love when you know it's a bear market and you're looking for rallies. You want what? You want these pops. I'm telling you, when you get to neutral and you take big profits and puts, and you know the market isn't going down in a straight line, it's no different than a bull market. Be able to add the dip and be like, yes, high five. Yes, high five. Yeah, always, I don't know. You really got to think about it from how hard trading is, but it isn't. But you and I make it. Sometimes it's mental. I get it. Put meta on there. I mean, how high? We don't talk about drugs on this channel, but how high? Yeah, here you go. 160. I mean, let me draw the box. I would think somewhere in this range. 20-day, come to daddy. It'll be like rolling down. All right. I called Lupus today and said, dude, you're going to be mad at me, but I'm calling myself in for a hate crime. I added more NDAQ puts. Oops. I went out long term and I just said, you know what? I'm buying them. Because I got stopped out of CCJ and I'm like, you know what? I've got these shorter dated ones that I'm going to puke up soon when I take my gains. And I don't think we're going to ever get back to these prices at some point. Because when it goes, it goes. Like, it's just like straight waterfalling. And I anticipate that. What puts did I buy? I bought 20 of the October 2161.70s. I think I'm down a couple $100 on them today, but whatever. It's a hate crime. Like, I got into it because I know this stock and it's irrational. But I think it's going lower in time. I'm just going to give myself time because I do have a lot of the old. They're now 60s. They were 180s before the 3-for-1 split. I'm going to be looking to unload those at some point. Outed. Oh, I think I had an offer. Yep, I didn't get some closes on some trades. So hopefully, again, if you have any questions about the names as we're going through them, great. At this point, it's just the waterfall is coming. The waterfall is coming. Just try to add on a dip. I added on the dip at least. I think someone was telling me they got an upgrade today. Awesome. Even better. Love it. Upgrade and then can't get anywhere. You smell that, friends? It smells like money. Fresh, easy money. XBI. You Lab D folks, I understand your pain trying to be perfect on this. Broke the 50-day and it rallied right back to like close right under our support zone. I still think it's going to get down here, but does it happen? I don't know. You're going to have to manage your positions. We talked about here's your upside target zone. Bounced. Remember we talked about, who was here for the 200-day? I don't know if any of the mods and friends that are in here are like, ooh, there's your ad point. People are like, oh, I didn't take any profits here. It's like, it's okay. It's going to be okay. Here's your 200. Oh, I don't know. I didn't take any at the low. I'm like, it's a bear market. Oh, no, I'm good. I didn't take any at the lows. No, but it's a bear market. No, I didn't take it. Come on now. 200-day, bam. It's that simple. It really is. Let's run through some of these stocks that I always think people, again, my brethren at EXPI, they hate me. They're like, why don't you pump the stock? Because I'm like, well, fundamentals, A, don't matter. And B, the stock is busted. If fundamentals matter, this would be at 19. I'm not trying to sell this to people. I keep it's like a lottery ticket. I hope it works. UTHR. Whoa, look at that wick today. Holy bananas. Holding. Remember, head and shoulders top. Talked about VPA bottom. Let me draw this for you. Talked about getting down here. Here was another little support zone. We talked about getting up to the top of the channel. Now you got a head and shoulders within a head and shoulders. You got a mini head and shoulders with a bigger head and shoulders. And that candle today, something good came out and you didn't close at the highs. Things you don't see in a bull market. All right, let's end it. No, don't forget financials. Your favorite. The XLF. Who takes the brunt of all of the world's problems? The banks. Who's gonna get smoked at some point? And when I say smoked, I mean like in the smoker. It's gonna be the banks. Probably somewhere down here in this 32 range. We are short FAZ. heavy. Heavy is, or no, FAS, sorry. FAZ is the short one. We're short the leveraged bull one. Oh, so fun. And people are like, what's going on? Check out. Remember, all these trades start on the monthly funds. It literally hit the 20-month exactly. You couldn't even make it. Like, you couldn't even make it that better. Well, look at why it's hitting and holding here, right? Like, this is the support zone from 2006, 2007. The highs from 2017, the highs from 2020. Yeah, that's a bounce. And now what? You cut through it like butter, game over. You smell that again? It smells like money. Morgan Stanley. Oh, but why would you short it? Well, hit our target zone. Look at this blue box. There you go. Now it's coming down the mountain. When she comes, she'll be coming down. Now, again, it might not be a straight line. So take profits. I just don't, again, I think the hardest part about the mentality of this is if you zoom out on the daily, and I told you I was bullish, you would say, you got problems. Because you'd say, first of all, this is a bull trap, a fake breakout, right? And then fail. Here's your next oversold rally, fail. You try to do it again, fail. You're making new lows. Now you bounce back to the support resistance zone, and it fails. I'm telling you, at some point, waterfall is coming to town. JP Morgan, trash, absolute trash. I'm sorry, they don't have a buyback now. Has no lift. Bearish. Let's end it with oil. Yesterday, it said, hey, you should probably short XOP, ExxonMobil. Nah. Buy drip, nah. Look at that. We hit the 100-day. We hit our point of control on the USO. Mwah. Give it a kiss. And it hit it, backs off. Holds the 20-day. Now again, good start. What do we talk about? Natural gas. Didn't you say it looks like a bull trap? Gets over the highs, and now it's flopping down. But Dan, oil and gas are safe. This word safe, I don't think you understand what it means, compadre. It's like, what was that movie? Princess Bride. It's like, I don't think you understand the way that word means, or whatever that meme is, or it's that Spanish-looking conquistador dude. It's like, you're misusing the words. Safe? There's nothing safe, my friend. XOP. Oh, it looked above it, and then we said, hey, if you shorted it yesterday, I was like, this wick is great, because now you're back right at 150, like 80. What a close. Game over. Now, look at the volume. Oh, but Dan, I don't know if the trend's changing. You don't know if the trend's changing. Okie dokie. I mean, you can draw it a million different ways here with the volume. I think it is. Now, again, does every day have to be down? No. No, it doesn't. But just keep in mind, right? Like, what are you thinking here? Be safe. Okay, that's all I'm just trying to say. Be safe. Don't chase it. Don't jump into it. People are like, what's your downside target on ExxonMobil? Well, let's go to the videotape. When you hit the channel high and you failed, why don't we draw a little channel low? I got to do better. Probably near term. Probably in the low 90s. You just have to remember, there might be new money coming in and people might buy oil. That's all it is. All right. You guys and gals, stick around if you want to keep chatting. I'm going to stop the recording, but I'm always going to remind people, if you're worried about inflation for the long term and you're trying to think like, what's the best way to make money and strategize to get paid and win long term? It's buy real estate. It's now a buyer's market. Yes, you're paying higher interest rates, but people here hopefully are making enough cash to put down the deposits because you want assets that are going to appreciate. There's a housing shortage. There's going to be. You can't build it fast enough. The cost to replace continues to skyrocket. Keep joking about Denver. Good luck if you find a house under $1 million here in a couple of years, single family house. If you have questions, that's what I do. I help people find that stuff. Let me be your agent. And even in another state, I refer you. I'll find you somebody. And then I can work with you to help with the process. All right. Turning it off. Love you guys. Appreciate all the love. Appreciate just, you do the work. This makes sense. If you think I'm just talking gibberish, I don't know. All right. Later. Thanks for watching. For more trading knowledge and insight, click on the videos on the right. And also join the Discord room. Link is in the description below. If you have any questions, please stop on by the Discord room and let's chat. Thank you.